Hello everyone, so today we're back with another flash review, and today it is the famous Huda Beauty Easy Bake Powder. Now, trying to find this thing in stock was impossible. I've gone to so many stores and like my shade was always sold out. So the original shades that I wanted were Cupcake and Pound Cake, but as I was looking, they had the shade Banana Bread in stock, and so I was like, all right, this looks like it'll be good enough, looks like it'll match me, so let's do it. I think Huda Beauty actually has quite a few in stock, but it's really hard to find like at Sephora and things like that. So check your local stores, but there's just no guarantee, unfortunately. So here's the powder. It comes out of the package like this. It says freshly baked on the inside, so the instructions that it says to do is dip dense brush or beauty sponge into powder net. Pack a generous layer under the eyes from corners through temples, T-zone, outer corners of the mouth and chin. Let powder bake for 3 to 5 minutes while applying the rest of your makeup. Using a fluffy brush, gently dust away excess powder. I already have all of my makeup on other than powder. And I will say when I got this, so I do like this packaging. It's plastic, but I think it's really cute. I like that it's like clear on the bottom so you can see exactly how much product you have in there. Here it is, has this thing. So when I got it, there was already product in the net, so like, but the package was sealed and everything, so that's what it looks like. There's already a lot of product in there. But yeah, so we're gonna try both sides, one side with a sponge and one side with a powder puff. I don't really like using brushes, so that's the reason I'm not using that as an option, but yeah, let's just try it on. As a result of putting on my concealer and not setting, it creased a bit. So let me just blend out those creases before we put it on. And I did do a wear test yesterday just so I could have my full thoughts. I feel like sometimes when I do a first impression, I don't have all my thoughts together and I feel like really scrambled because I'm having to both try it on, try it out, experiment, and see how I feel, rather than like having the experimentation done and then just knowing how I feel, you know? Dipping in, and this is what I like to do, so dipping into that net, it's on there, and then tap it off on the back of your hand so you don't have too much product in there and it's kind of worked into the sponge. Because sometimes if you just go in like that, the powder was really like splotchy on the sponge, so it'll apply splotchy on your face. So maybe I'll zoom you guys. Looking up, so definitely mattified, and I do like that it adds like a tiny bit of coverage because my under eyes need it. So I did wear this yesterday and I did notice some slight creasing, but I did apply a lot of concealer because I was also trying out a concealer technique yesterday. I didn't apply as much today, but it wore really well like on the pores and everything other than that. Applying on this half of the forehead with the sponge. So on this side, I'm using the Trigwell Cosmetics Powder Puff. This is my second one. Well, they come with 2 in a package, so if you've been wanting to try a good powder puff from like an indie brand and support like a small business, Trigwell is awesome. I also love their brushes and their blushes as well. So dipping that powder puff in. I love how big this one is too. Like it feels like you can just set everything super well. So again, tapping that off onto my hand just to make sure it's really worked into the puff. You also kind of want to massage the puff to make sure that powder is in there. But highly recommend trying a powder puff if you haven't already because they're just magic. And going underneath the eye. So up front, I don't know if you can see the difference on camera. I kind of feel like the velour puff applied it in a more like blurred fashion. Hopefully it's picking up, but in person, this side just looks slightly more blurred, just if you're wondering. And I like to get in the crevices of the nose. But yeah, I feel that this powder is really pretty. Like when I wore it yesterday, I was really impressed with like the coverage of it. I love how matte it looks. And I just feel like it's really pretty. So far I definitely do like it. And as it did wear really pretty, especially around my pores and stuff. Like I said, I applied a lot of concealer yesterday, so it kind of caked up. I'll have like some clips in here. I realized I didn't close that. Another thing people talk about with this powder is that it kind of has a scent, like a fragrance, which it does, but like it didn't bother me when applied to the face. I just think it looks really pretty. I like that it added a little bit of coverage, and I do like this shade a lot. Like when I had everything on, like I'm not wearing any blush right now, but when I had everything on, the blush, the everything, I did like that my under eyes looked bright and just really pretty. I would love to try the other shades too, but I do feel like this was probably my best match, so thank goodness the banana bread was in stock. I definitely like it. And as for when this is going up, I think my Tarte review went up before this, but I just wanted to update you guys that I don't like it. I'm wearing it today again. I tried it on. I just feel like since it's a shimmery formula, it looks kind of patchy on. I don't like that you have to layer a lot, and I definitely had to wear bronzer on top. I don't like when a product makes me feel like I have to use more than one thing for it to work. Like I have products where I can just use the one and it works flawlessly, so I don't like it. As for this, I really do like it. I do think the powder is worth it. I really like it. So yeah,